Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, Mateo. With me, as always, got our man upstairs, Doey.
Yoo-hoo!
Doing that, I guess. Here with me, we got my boy Booch.
What up, my brother?
And we've got an
Who the
interesting...
hell said you can start this show without me? That's what I want to know. The motherfucking CEO is back in full effect, boys.
A wild CEO has appeared.
Your boy is fucking back. For all the people who kind of missed me, who didn't miss me, or who didn't like the energy, the motherfucking Caballo is back. And I ain't going nowhere, baby. Nowhere. So, how we gonna start this episode
coming in
off?
like The Rock. Remember when The Rock used to go, "The Rock is back in San Diego," or wherever the fuck. Yeah. Shit was hype.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, aka the CEO, the One Don Schlong, Tony. The best that they ever done, has ever done, will ever do.
Oh, he's got some Trump energy going on there with that.
He didn't even say his name. He said, "I'm the host, AKA." Like, you don't AKA before your name.
I already said El Caballo when I cut my Theo off, so they know who I am now. I already said El Caballo. But now y'all already know. I'm here with my nearest and dearest. I got my dog Pucho in the building.
What's going on?
Got my dog. Matter of fact, I just don't got my dog Pucho in the building. I got the motherfucking master editor. The motherfucking, the one, the only editor Pooch in the fucking building.
Yeah.
Damn, some would call me editor-in-chief.
Some would call you the
That's
supreme
giving you too
Allah.
much. That's giving you too much stock value here.
I'm not a supreme Allah, man.
That's
a lot of pressure to put on a person.
Supreme Allah. That's beast. Nah. But I also got my dog Doe in the building, aka Mr. Master Interrupter, aka Cock Thrower,
Cock insertion.
Nah,
We got to give Doey the Master of Disaster moniker.
That's a good one. I like that.
a Master of Disaster. I like that for Doe. MOD is what we're gonna call you from now on.
I like it. I'll take it.
And I got my dog Mateo in the building, aka the Replacer, because he replaced me, aka the one with the thumb, because he does thumbnails.
I do have a
AKA, I don't even know what else to say. But
Listen, all I want to say is this most recent thumbnail that he made, I was like, yo, it's a piece of art that is sitting on YouTube right now.
Some people would call me the artist with no artistic skill at all.
or
Just making it up as I go along, man.
or if the people know, he's the only artist who's got all the colors, who is colorblind. This man
true.
here can mix match shit, and he's blind to the colors. This nigga, you might be motherfucking.
I didn't even think of that. Yo, that just blew my fucking
Yeah, yeah.
It's a struggle, dude.
Yeah, y'all gotta understand. Gotta give this man props, bro. He's putting these colors, mashing them up, not even knowing what it is.
Nope, can't
This
look
man's
up.
like
Can't see colors, just
Daredevil.
like a dog.
It's like Daredevil, but he's not actually fully blind. Let's give this man a
So
round
he's
of
like
applause.
Daredevil, but
Give
not.
him some air horns
Not at
there.
all.
He's not
He doesn't got the
Daredevil, though.
echolocation.
He don't got
He's not
echolocation.
actually blind.
He's
Don't
not
have martial arts skills. I don't wear the suit.
He's not a
Not a
lawyer.
lawyer.
He's not a lawyer.
Doesn't have the hot girl.
He's not Daredevil. But yeah, you boys, I'm back. Man went on a
Welcome back.
vacation as a CEO. You get to go on vacation, don't have to work. So you know, that's what I did. I went to a nice island, drink some brews, chilling, reflecting on life.
In your Speedo?
Never that. I ain't gonna try to blind people out there.
What they call you, an island boy?
They will call me an island boy.
There's like 10 words in that entire fucking song.
Shit's ridiculous. Now that they call themselves the Mustang Boys. You seen those, the new ones? They're trying to revamp their bullshit.
Is it because they're driving around on a Mustang now?
Yeah.
It's clever, I guess.
Ridiculous.
It's not even an impressive car, right? They're supposed to be like super impressive, right?
But people know people who have Mustangs as assholes. Like if you're driving a Mustang, you're one of those assholes on the road. That's what people say. I'm just repeating. Don't shoot me.
What if you're driving like one of those old busted like 90s Mustangs or something?
If it's in good shape, I would say, not bad. But I don't know. But anyways, how's y'all week?
Hold on, I reject all of this Mustang slander. First of all,
you don't own a Mustang?
My mother owned the Mustang. Okay, she had the Mustang GT, and it turned her into the violator of laws. I don't know what this car did to her. My mom was whipping this Mustang like nobody could. Yo, I was surprised. I was like, Mom, when did you learn how to drive so well? But she was the one and only violator. But she got the job done. Very beautiful Mustang.
When you say violator,
the Mustangs,
what do you mean by violator?
Like
the breaking road rules,
like breaking the law.
Now I see.
Some people would call Doey the violator.
That's what I was gonna say. Now I see where he gets it from when he violates his bike.
Some would say that breaking traffic laws is hereditary.
Could you imagine? She's over there hitting idle stops on all intersections? Like in a Mustang.
She was. So I also had a friend, one of my best friends of my entire life, Roger. He owned a Mustang, but he was handicapped, so he didn't have the use of his legs. So he had like this thumb setup on his steering wheel. Fire. Bro, he was peeling out with the thumbs pressed. He was
fucking nuts.
That's wild.
Yo, we would it was around the time where throw them D's on that bitch, throw them D's on that one. So in that time, like the Houston thing was to slow your car down and go left and right and left and right, and we would try to recreate that, the little Houston left and right while you're driving.
Could you imagine being at the bar with someone that has the steering wheel set up like that, and they get too drunk to drive, and they're like, you take over, and you have to figure out like on the fly?
That'd be cool. It was automatic, so he just had, it was like a lever, and then he had like, it was a setup for the hands.
I am so interested in the mechanics of that. That sounds so cool, the setup. I've never looked into that.
It's really dope.
So, how was y'all's week, man? I've been AFK for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now?
Somewhere around there.
So what's been going on with you guys?
Who are we starting with?
Start with Doughboy since he looks like he wants to interrupt.
Wow. No, that's not fair.
He had that interrupt face on.
Yeah, he did.
I saw it.
I've been watching a lot of shows. Abbott Elementary? Fire.
Does it get better past the first episode? Because I could not get into it. Okay.
Yes, it does. It's comfort food. It's nothing that's going to make you laugh out loud. It's nothing that's going to make you cry. But it is about inner city schools. Quinta Brunson, the lady that created the show, she's a comedian. She was so affected by her elementary school teacher that she felt like she could write a show about an elementary school. So the elementary schools in Philadelphia, it's underdeveloped, doesn't have money, and the teachers are making do. And it's just very comfort, just very beautiful. A lot of child actors that are really funny. And I think they're doing a really good job at like doing that show. The kid from Everybody Hates Chris is on there, really good. Zach Fox is a character on the show, really funny. There's this really hot MILF on there. This is
There
one
it
thing. She's she's been in a lot of other movies. MILF, nonetheless. I've been listening to a lot of hip hop, a lot of graph recently, like some heavy graph. I've been trying to send it out to the group. I sent a couple of tracks out to Pooch, and I think I smell an album review in the future.
Why with the secret CIA like music deliveries? Why not just put them in like the group chats?
That's something that I have not gotten used to because I feel like I got a lot of pushback in the past for sharing music. I feel like people don't want it. I feel like it is like our previous episode. It's like a solicited cockpick.
Unsolicited.
It's like an unsolicited cockpick. It's like somebody's just barraging you with like shit and you have to listen to it. And
I don't
it's
think
a lot
the
of
problem was you sending. It was the amount you would send at one time.
That I would say it's the amount all at once, like 20 video links in a row. I'm gonna watch 0 of those. It's too
Like-
much. It's too much at once.
Like when I was doing it, I just dropped it. One, boom, right, and then leave it alone. You was
you know-
dropping 100, but people had complained about me doing it, so that's why I stopped doing it. I said,
You know
"Fuck
what I would really call the unsolicited dick pic of our group chat though, is the goddamn video chat calls.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
y'all love that
Penetrating.
shit. Y'all love that shit."
I yelled at Pooch about one of those one time. I think it was Tony that set Pooch up. Who was it that did that like 5 a.m. call?
I think it was Felix.
Yeah, it had to be Felix.
Felix like pocket dialed us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been at work. I've had management look at me when I've received those calls. I've had those calls at the worst times.
It's always when I'm working out, dude. It's every single time when I'm working out. It's like I'm on the damn treadmill, dude. I don't
It's-
want to answer a video call right now.
It's funny that Mateo says that, right? Because 2 out of 2 times, me and Puja have argued, like, why the fuck did you start this call when it was Pocket Dial guy over here?
I've definitely
Pocket
done
Dial,
that.
the video chat. I'm looking, Puja's looking at me like, what, nigga? I said, you what? Me what, nigga? What you talking about? You started this phone call.
It's so much bad energy. Everybody's picking the call. Why y'all calling me?
Yeah.
I don't know why you calling me. Why are you calling me?
Everybody's
Everybody's
pissed.
asking that.
I should do a video call right now.
Huh? Chris
Shit,
will
nigga.
pick up, and maybe Felix.
Felix would definitely pick up. Right now, if I hit a call, right, Felix will pick up right now.
Yo, what up?
I don't know. 1 a.m.
He'll pick up. He don't got to,
He'd be
Nah.
asleep.
He might be asleep. He's got
might
some
be.
good sleeping habits.
He
You
might.
don't hear those physical checks every week. He's always at a 10.
Yo, he's at a 10 across the board. Like he's doing something right.
You got to get the right amount of sleep to be a 10.
That's true.
a lot of things you got to do to get a 10.
Okay, also, before I let you guys slide off with mine, I've been watching Snowpiercer. Fucking fire. Season 3,
You just started
Fucking-
watching it?
flaming hot. What do you mean, Season 3? There's
Season
Season
3?
2 that
Oh, but
we
I'm
haven't
saying
even
you
talked about.
You watched the show when we were watching it, right?
No, he did not. He watched like 2 episodes of it when we talked about it, I think.
So I watched Season 2, which you guys haven't watched, and now I'm watching Season 3,
I have
which you
watched
guys
season
haven't
2.
watched.
I'm all caught up, dude. I'm all the way
I
through.
haven't
I don't
seen season
believe you.
3. I haven't seen season 3, but I've seen season 1 and 2 already.
Okay.
I have only
Well,
watched season 1.
Watching Season
And
3.
The movie, which none of you have watched.
I have
seen it.
not
I
watched
started
the
watching
movie.
it on Netflix and I instantly fell asleep. That shit was garbage.
I saw that one in the movie theater. One of my
Garbagio.
favorite movies of that year.
You seen that shit in the movie theater for real?
It's not garbage at all. That movie is fun as shit.
Oh, it's so good.
I like the,
The
show
fish,
way
the fish
better.
scene when they're having the fight.
Mateo has another movie to share, but I need to finish my part, which is the Brakeman Shakedown. There is an episode in season 3 where Sean Bean grips another man's balls and then asks that man to grip his balls, and then they're like, they're like gripping each other's balls and they're looking at each other in the face and they're, what do brakemen do? We crush balls. And I was very impressed by this scene. I was like, yo, this is cinematical. Like, this is what cinema is supposed to be. Two men grabbing each other's balls, staring into each other's eyes ferociously. And I think it was cinema. And yeah, so tell us how you liked your movie, Mateo.
I mean, do you think that train is equipped?
You think you could just escape that last statement?
Do you think that train is equipped with the proper medical like station in order to like repair shattered testicles? How many other people do you think Sean Bean does this with? Does he have literal balls of steel?
Mr. Wilford is a sick fuck. Sean Bean is a sick bastard in this show.
He's pretty evil.
If you've watched every episode like I have, you'd know that.
I find this really weird, right? Because on my vacation, Doe has become very sexual on this podcast. All this cock talk, and
He's turned it up a lot.
now that I am back, though, you're gonna have to control yourself. We're top guys here, right? You're gonna have to learn. See how you made that face? Don't be disgusted by it. You're the one that brought up this guy on guy balls action porn flick. I'm just saying, you're gonna have to. I'm back. All right, we gotta put some respect on us up here. Just because they're colorful down there and they look like they're sinking right now with their LED lights. We're up here.
I think you need to let go of your homophobia.
Who, me? I have homophobia? I have none. Zero.
Let the cock enter.
No, we just don't need to bless. We don't need to hit people with cock talks everywhere we go.
Yeah.
If you're not, all right, put it like this, though. If you're not willing to talk at your receptionist desk about cocks with your guests or people who live there, it's the same thing here.
This is the code switching we were talking about last episode.
Facts.
You gotta keep your cock talks at home, dude.
I feel free here.
Let's not be free. Go ahead, Mateo. Show them how we're not going to be free anymore. Tell us about your week.
I have also been watching a lot of stuff. I watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not enjoy myself at all.
Garbage.
It wasn't great. And granted, it has been a couple of months since I watched the last one or the first one, but that first one is so much better. And I did not enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre that much. And this movie is worse than it. So,
Bro, that Tesla exiting the town scene. I can't stop the Tesla, bitch. Just all you gotta do is hit the brake. That's it. Turn around and hit the brake. Like this.
It was goofy. It was so goofy. They worked so hard to get that chainsaw dance scene at the end in too. Like they flipped the entire thing just to make that happen.
It was so silly. Like the whole premise of the movie. Yo, there's a scene where the chainsaw guy steps onto this bus.
Oh yeah.
And then he comes with the chainsaw, and all the people on the bus, they pull out their phones and they turn on their cameras and they say, bro, if you do anything, we'll cancel you.
Dude, I was yelling at the TV at that scene because I was like, you know what? Leatherface is huge, right? He's got a chainsaw, right? Yeah. He's like 7 foot tall with a chainsaw. But there's like 40 people in that fucking bus. You're telling me 40 people can't beat down one person? Don't believe it. I don't believe it.
The acting, the actors are so bad. You're almost rooting for Leatherface. Like, oh, just get them. Just get all of them.
Shit is so whack, bro.
It was one of the worst movies I've seen recently. It was bad.
I missed the memo. All you guys watch this shit.
Damn, we could have talked about this movie more.
It is a 3 out of 10 movie. It is so bad.
3 is being nice.
Yeah, it is bad. The gore is good. That's the one thing that saves the movie. And for me, when he's chopping everybody up on that bus, and also, what's up with this? They couldn't just shimmy by him while he's cutting other people up, like trying to get past him. Everybody's waiting in line. All right, I'm next.
Why did that man go and open the door and let him in without saying any? He didn't say a single word. He just opened up the door, got out of the bus, and came back. Like his head came back.
The dumbass. That nigga was dumb. He was dumb as hell. Like the lady told you, don't open the door. What he goes and opens the fucking door.
The girl is like a school shooting victim. She got shot in like a school shooting. So she's scared of guns. And when she sees guns, she's like freezes up. She's, ah!
Yeah, that was weird too, how they introduced like that background problem that she, as I was like, what the fuck? Like, so weird.
What does it have to do with the movie? Nothing. Nothing to do with the movie.
They just had a list of buzzwords they wanted to toss in. They wanted to toss in something about being woke. They wanted to toss something in about being canceled. They wanted to toss in school. Like they just had like a list of words. They were like, just toss it in the script. This fucking script Mad Lib, basically.
I feel like they wanted us to root for Leatherface in that movie. I feel like they wanted to make, these kids, there's this old woman that's living in her house. She's lived in the house for almost 100 years. It feels like her whole history's inside the house. And those kids come, do you got your deed? You have your deed? Well, you can't live in this house. They're like, pieces of shit.
Meanwhile, she did have the deed. She still owned that house. That was the beast part.
Yeah.
Those
kids.
The timeline doesn't make sense. How is Leatherface a boy that was in her custody if this is the sequel to the first movie where he's a grown ass man? Movie doesn't make any damn sense.
Shit's fucking ridiculous.
What else have you been doing?
I have been doing something good though. I've been playing Cyberpunk, and it is fantastic. Going around with my katana, I'm chopping people up, I'm hacking people all day with my katana and with my little hacky brain or whatever the fuck it is. It's my deck, I guess. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying the experience so far. Props to Crystal. Her and what were they? The Backlog Chronicle guys. They talked me into it in that last episode she did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I picked it up too. So I don't know. I played through the intro. It ran good. The game looked great. I'm looking forward to actually playing through it this time.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll compare some notes with you once you get settled in. What have you been up to, Pooch?
Mostly watching TV shows I have already watched and playing Horizon. That's mostly what I did this week. Dude, I told you guys I was watching The Sopranos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I finished that. Now I'm now watching Boardwalk Empire again. Though you gotta watch Boardwalk Empire.
Don't they have like the new season of with this guy's son for The Sopranos?
There was a movie.
Yeah. The movie
is it good?
too. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it was all right.
Boardwalk Empire I want to get into.
Boardwalk Empire is amazing. Steve Buscemi is the fucking best in that goddamn series.
Yeah.
I love Steve. Yeah.
Nucky Thompson.
I really like Steve Buscemi, even as Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs. I liked him a lot.
The most badass character is that dude that came back from the war.
That's my favorite character. Well,
so spoilers here. Y'all drop the spoilers.
Show came out
Bro, if somebody has,
I've never watched the show.
You need to. There's a scene with him that is it's going to be your favorite scene in the entire series.
Bueno. I'll give it a try.
I don't even know what you. But yeah, you're talking about Harrow with the
I think
face?
so. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I had never watched the last 2 episodes of Boardwalk Empire.
What the fuck? How do you not
I got right to the end, and then I was like, gonna do something else.
That's beast.
I didn't want it to end yet, dude.
Yeah, I feel you. The ending, I don't remember it, so I'll get back to it. And then I've been watching Chernobyl. Another
I've never seen
British
that.
show. Never? Oh, it's good. It's good as fuck. HBO shows, they're just the fucking best. But that's what I've been doing throughout the week. What I've been doing for the last 24 hours, though, the fucking Elden Ring, okay? Elden Ring is here, boys. It's happening. It's now. It's incredible. It's all I've been doing. I played Elden Ring since midnight last night. I started playing this shit. It hasn't even been 24 hours since this game came out. And all I've been doing, like, it's like, all right, boom, got to do a little video editing, back to the Elden Ring. All right, hold on. A little, boom, put on Chernobyl. I'm like, all right, let me edit this audio real quick. Boo, 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 boo. And then, yo, I've scoured the living shit out of this map.
Save it.
I've killed like 20 bosses already. The shit is it's insane though. It's insane. And I feel like I'm just scratching the surface.
That's good. Save all this beautiful talk. Because
I'm saving it. What you talking about?
Save it.
No.
Save it all.
I think Pucho intended for us to do a transition right there as he did his little dramatic pause as he was explaining that.
I don't know how. The CEO didn't say what he did this week. This is the problem with you people here. I leave for a little bit and you guys forget status quo here.
Damn.
Yeah. It's the problem.
So Tony, what did you do this week?
Not a goddamn thing. How is Elden Ring, Pucho?
All right.
Yeah.
I just told you. It's good.
Should I buy this game?
Absolutely.
Ugh. Is it Oblivion? Like Oblivion cocked this shit that fucking Doughboy used to fucking make us watch?
There is jumping in the game.
Ugh,
Thank God.
You do not level up your jumping in the game, though.
You cannot level up your jumping, which is very unsatisfying. But I have the satisfaction of jumping.
Yeah,
So-
me and Dory were playing it not together, but we were playing it together. You know what I mean?
Have y'all reached the point where you can jump into each other's games yet? Or
Yeah.
How
y'all
long
haven't done
before?
it yet, though?
Like way less than Dying Light, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I heard,
How
it was
long?
pretty,
I think-
I heard it was pretty immediate. I heard like the second you get out of the little like tutorial intro area, it's like immediate. It's like, here's all the shit you need so you can play with your buddies.
Yep.
And I don't
Really?
even think you need to do the tutorial. Like Doey skipped it by accident.
I skipped it
sent
by
him back
accident.
in.
Yeah, he sent me back in to do the tutorial.
Wait, how did you skip it?
Because I didn't look down into this hole, and the hole had like steps to go down. I just thought it was a big ass pit, so I just walked by it.
The guy tells you take the plunge, but Doey's like, nah, I'm gonna walk up the stairs and open
Not
this
gonna
door.
take the plunge.
A man's already running away.
I ran past half the enemies in the game.
Why?
I had the pleasure of taking the alternate route. Pucho was doing all this shit. I saw one of the bosses Pucho had fought, and I'm like, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm not gonna go that way.
Man wants no fights.
So I go the other way. I go down and I'm in these ruins and there's all these low level enemies. And I'm like, yeah, this is the place I'm supposed to be. There's these dogs. The dogs were kind of fucking me up. But once I would finish off a group of enemies, they'd give me all my health back. I was like, oh, I said, yeah, I want to fuck these enemies up now. So I'm there looking at the messages, secret passage this way. 2 feet later, you just encountered a liar.
Damn.
Like, yo, they're fucking bastards. It's just a bunch of people trying to troll you in the game with little messages.
Dude, those games, like, how did that become such a big thing in those games? Like, the messages are like half the fun of those games for me. It's just reading all the nonsense people are like trying to give you.
It's interesting too because I remember me and Doey got Demon Souls back in like 2008 or 9, like right when it came out. We were
Yep.
for whatever reason. I think
returned
GameStop did a good review.
Yeah.
GameSpot did a good review, and we were like, "Oh, we're buying this game." So and we bought it right away. And day one, the messages that were on the floor already people were trolling. It was like, "Oh, jump down for a great reward," and then you jump in a hole and die, and you're like, "Fuck."
Bunch of dicks. I like it though. That's funny.
Man, give people a chance to be an asshole, and they'll be an asshole 100% of the time in an online game.
Yeah, that is true. 100%.
So what is the game like? What games would you compare it to? Is it straight up? Is it just like a sequel to Dark Souls? Is that all it is? Or
Can I go?
What was that?
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
So what it felt like to me was like the From Software people were really looking at the Breath of the Wild and like, yo, how could we create a From Software Breath of the Wild experience? They fucking nailed it. They fucking nailed that shit.
Huh.
I'm like, yes, this is really good. They nailed it in all of the right ways. But yeah, them including a jump button was like the immediate indicator that they were taking things differently on this game. The game feels easier, but has a lot of challenge to it. If you want to go get challenging shit, there's challenging shit to do. If you want to kind of take the easy path, you can kind of take the easy path. They kind of did it in a very smart way this time.
wait, so is there more platforming? Because I mean, Bloodborne, I think that's the last like From Software game I played, right? So like, I remember there being a lot of platforming kind of stuff in Bloodborne, which was weird because the controls in these games are not made for precision platforming. So it's so weird to me that they always want to include that kind of like shit in this. Is this built a little bit better for that?
For sure.
Okay.
The fall damage in this game is like you gotta fall from high before you register any fall damage. Unlike the other games, you fall like 4 inches and it's like 30% of your health. You're like, what the fuck? And then of course, like Doey mentioned, there's a independent jump button. So like in the old games,
Yeah,
I
like
think in
double
Bloodborne
click, right?
you could jump only while sprinting, and then you have to tap the sprint button again, and then he'll do like a crazy jump. And it was like it wasn't practical. It's the only so then all those sections where you gotta like land on all these platforms is usually like you gotta time a dodge, and it's really shitty. I would say there's less of that in this game, like all this weird like having to land on platforms and stuff like that. There are a lot of times where you got to jump over obstacles or kind of like jump up onto things to like get up on, like, you know, to move forward or climb like a little hill or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you got a jump button, so you just keep mashing jump. But doesn't sound that interesting. It is. It feels very interesting. Yeah, like Doey said, I tweeted earlier that this game is basically the Breath of the Wild, and people are gonna be fucking pissed. But I say it in the best way possible. I love Breath of the Wild, and I think this game incorporates a lot of the same exact formula. Whereas like you know, in both games you basically have this big empty landscape, and you just sort of look around and you go, huh, that looks interesting over there. I'm just gonna go and explore. And then when you go over there, you know, in Zelda you might find the shrine. In this game it's like you find the cave, or you find a hut, or you find the boss fight, and you know, you do this thing, and the rewards in both games are not it's not like super rewarding. It's like you get like a little upgrade or a little item or something. The fun of the game, the reward is really just like you exploring this area, finding something in that place that you saw from a distance and said, I wonder if there's something interesting there. So that journey of getting there and then exploring, and then you find the cave, and that whole thing is that is the reward. And for me, that's the type of game I like. That type of gameplay.
Without quest markers though. So like For me, it felt like my favorite games, Oblivion, Morrowind. The games give you no direction to go in, but whatever direction you go in, you're going to encounter some sort of ruin, some sort of cave, some sort of side quest. There's just stuff to be discovered. And that's what clicked for me. I was like, okay, this is fun. That whatever direction I walk into, whatever catches my eye, I can walk over there and there'll be something. And
So,
even if there's nothing, I can spot something from there where I want to go to.
so I guess the only thing that probably throw me off with this game is that is it complex in a way to where you got to have certain potions, you got to mix things, you got to do this, or you know how Demon Souls or Oblivion, like the inventory thing is like key, like you got to do this, and that just so this character can be this good or anything. Like, is this super complex like that, or is it just?
I don't think so, because these games have never been complex in that sort of way. Oblivion and Elder Scrolls have been, but I don't think these games are like those games.
I think they can be. Like, there are straight up like bad builds that you can do in like Bloodborne. I know that much because I was reading on builds when I was actually playing that game. So there's like, you can put your skill points into things that are just gonna fuck you. They're not gonna give you any real combat advantage for how you're playing the game.
So there's a skill based character that you can create a character, and depending on how you have them or build them, that's how it's generally gonna go, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What classes are y'all playing as?
I'm the
There's this-
vagabond, just the first character.
Are they classes or like motifs or what how do they word it in this game?
I don't know what it is, but it's basically you choose a starting set of equipment and stats. So you're the base stats. So it's like ultimately it's not really that important what you start with in these games, because you could find most of the time you could find all the equipment and weapons for all the classes throughout the world. Mm-hmm. You know, it only matters like if you wanted to make like a perfectly min-max a build, then you want to start with a very specific one that like gets you closest to the character you're trying to build. But so Tony, it's not too complex. Like every time you level up your character, you do need to pick like one of like 8 stats of like, oh, I want to put this up 2 points or this one up 1 point or whatever. But I mean, it's not bad. You're basically just choosing, do you want your health to go up? Do you want your defense? Do you want your strength to go up? Like, it's not that complicated. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, and like Mateo said, it can be very complicated. Like if you wanted to play like this character that used all these like talismans and potions and all these like weird items, those things are available for the people that want to play the game that way. I'm a warrior. I'm literally running through the world with 2 swords, and I haven't put them away. I'm just like killing everybody with these things.
That's dangerous, dude. You're just running around with 2 swords. You're gonna put your eye out.
I'm a glass cannon, bro. I don't do the defense thing. I just like move around. I just want to get to the best position to destroy people.
All right, so you could have a character that's pure magic, and then you gotta like go into your inventory and use spells and shit like that too.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks cool. What's the hardest boss you fought so far?
Ooh. I fought this bear. This bear made me think for a second. I was like, actually, no, it wasn't the bear.
I saw your post. I saw your tweet, and I thought you were talking about that bear that we were talking about before the podcast. It was going around fucking up that neighborhood.
I actually hadn't heard about that bear until you guys brought the bear up. This 400-pound bear terrorizing these innocent people. That bear should be shot.
Damn.
Get it the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah, right. That bear's gonna go and kill a kid Fuck that. Fuck that bear.
He's a black bear. They're just like big dogs. He's just like a
yeah,
500-pound dog.
bears. Yeah, you gotta learn about bears. I think black bears are more playful.
You're saying a black bear has never killed anybody?
There are tactics for bears. I think black bears, you stick your hands up and you scare them away. Brown bears, you duck and cover. Or some shit like that. There's some tactic that they say about.
I'd love to see you in this situation.
We need to do a Doey versus nature series.
He would fail miserably, and I'll be happy.
right.
He's got two moves. He's
Listen.
gonna put his hands in the air, or he's gonna duck and cover.
A, the doe doesn't know how to build a campsite. 2, he doesn't know how to start a fire.
First of
3,
all,
he doesn't know how to fish.
I'm gonna befriend the bear. His name is gonna be Mowgli, and I'm gonna be his best friend.
You watch too much
The
Jungle Book.
kid's name is Mowgli, though.
His
The
name was
bear's
Baloo.
name is gonna be Mowgli this time.
Are you
Doey
gonna
doesn't know about the bare necessities.
Nope.
No, he
Him,
doesn't.
shit.
Bare necessities.
No, you can't sing that. We'll get us pulled from YouTube.
Yeah, for real. What's wrong with you, bro?
Disney don't play, dude.
Yo, fuck Walt Disney.
Damn.
Racist piece of shit.
Is he racist?
Absolutely. Mickey Mouse, I learned today, is just like a minstrel show act. If you look at a lot of the early Mickey Mouse, they had a lot of minstrel show act songs in it. The worst shit in the world. Fuck Walt Disney.
I've heard his gloves are inspired by minstrel acts. I haven't looked too much into it.
There's a Mickey Mouse blackface episode.
That's not surprising, yeah.
All right, shit is not cool. Fuck Walt Disney. Fuck Walt Disney. Fuck Walt Disney.
Damn. Disney's definitely coming after us now.
So what's the strongest boss you fought so far, Pucho?
I don't even remember the name, but I got teleported to this area, and the game puts you in this fight with the intent like you're gonna die, and then you're just gonna kind of leave. But I'm hard-headed, so I just fought the guy like 20 times in a row until I managed to kill him. It was just some there's like these phantoms, or I don't know what they call them in this game, but they could invade your world.
Okay.
So like if you wanted to be like a troll, like Tony, this is you could literally like just invade other characters' worlds and just kill them. So they could be like on their way to like a boss fight or to get some item, and you could just pop up, boom, stab them in the back and kill them. And then you and just all you're doing is just jumping in people's world and just fucking their games up. But basically, I was fighting one of these types of characters, but it was like a scripted event. So the game made it. It was an NPC that invaded my world, and so I kept trying to fight this guy. He just kept fucking wrecking me. And he had magic, this ridiculously big sword. He was fucking freezing the room. It was a fucking disaster. I couldn't, and I at that point I didn't really know how to play the game yet. And yeah, I don't know. I just died until I kind of really mastered the mechanics of the game. And now I've been feeling a little OP ever since.
Oh, did you beat him?
Yeah. I died like 25 times, but I beat him.
What's the best one? What's the hardest boss fight you've had so far, Doe? Those rats, the dogs.
So before Pucho got teleported, I got teleported. And I got killed maybe 20 times before I figured my way out of this cave system. I made it out of the caves into an even harder area. And so this whole time I'm just running past enemies. I'm like, not gonna fight you. And I'm like, not gonna fight you either. I'll hit them once or twice, see how much health I take from them, and I'm like, also not fighting this guy.
So then you got to build your character into speed
Yeah.
and like some type of like health. That way, if you get hit, you can still.
No, Doe's gonna build his character around speed and inventory space, so he can just run around and pick up all this shit from the bosses.
Yeah. I found this dung beetle. It's just rolling up a big ball of shit. I tried to attack it. I couldn't even kill that. So I
Yeah,
finally
that was one complaint for sure. Is the game just drops you into the world, and like Dowie said, no quest markers, no zero anything. The game telling you where to go or what to do. So you're basically just dropped in this world, and you just sort of run off in a direction and start trying things. I think that's cool. What I found shitty is like you're in an area where you think you're good, like you're killing all these enemies and all that. So you're like, cool, this is an area that matches like my level right now. And then literally you walk into a room and you open up a chest and the chest goes, haha, it's a teleport trap. And that just sends you to this fucking send us to this other dungeon.
Crystal
And this
Cave.
this place had enemies that would like just fucking wreck your shit in like 2-3 hits. They were just like blah 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 dead.
Damn.
And then the game was like you were stuck spawning in this place. So then it was like Doey's saying, first you try to kill these guys like a couple times, but you just kept getting killed and killed and killed, and finally you're just like, I just need to figure out how to run past them because like I can't beat them. So like I got stuck there last night. Like I spent like maybe 2 hours just like trying to get the fuck out of this place and basically get back to the starting area. Because once you leave this cave that they put you in, you're back in the open world, but you're like in the open world of it's like some bullshit area. Yeah, it's a fuck. And it's just like fuck. You just keep dying. And then every time you die, you respawn.
You go, everyone's just kicking your ass. Everybody's just slaying me. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna go that way. What about this way? Go the other way. And finally, I made my way back to the beginning area. So I'm like, all right, let me just move in the direction that I was going in and like see what's in that area because it seemed appropriate leveled for me. And a dragon fucking appeared. You fucked me up.
I love it.
The dragon wrecked my shit. I was mad. Just mad fire. My guy was just burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, I'm actually most excited right now for Doey to get back in there and continue playing because I actually killed the dragon today.
Wow.
No shit.
And the way Doey tried to fight him, there's zero way I would have been able to beat him. But you could get a horse in this game, though.
Nice.
And
I was surprised though he hadn't mentioned a horse yet. He said he was running everywhere. I was like, every live stream I've seen, they're riding around on a horse. Why is this man on foot?
Again, the game doesn't give you a lot of direction. So like I played for hours where I just wasn't even able to level up my character. I just didn't know how.
Huh.
And basically you just need to go in a specific direction. And in that direction, you unlock the horse and you unlock leveling up your character. And once you get the horse, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're just going to be running around, running up on people, bah, 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 and just riding out. It's just crazy.
Yes.
And then the horse has a double jump. So you're jumping even more. So and then with the dragon, it's like you can move so fast. So I was just kind of riding around the dragon and hitting them and then like riding off and circling back. And so the fights that are out in the open, you could use your horse. Sometimes the horse isn't really good to use in this fight. But for the dragon, I don't see how you could have fought him without the horse.
What about the asshole, the golden man on the horse right in the
Still haven't beat
beginning?
him. He fucked me up.
Fucked me up.
Bro, you come out of the fucking tutorial and there's just a man on a horse and it's a boss right there and he just fucking wrecks you. And you're just like, all right. I tried it like 3 times and I was like, this isn't possible. And then I just walk around them. I steer clear. And now I've beaten pretty much every single boss in that area and I got too much trauma to go and try to like refight this guy. Like he just fucked me up so bad. Like
What is the story like in this? Because like George R. R. Martin helped write it, right? Or he wrote it, or he wrote the backstories for the characters, or some shit like that.
Right. I know for sure it was more like he wrote the lore of the world. I'm a little bummed out about the story because it's just more like from software shit where it's just like it's better. The cutscenes are a little better. There's voice acting. So like, I don't know. I feel like the story maybe sticks a little bit more, but it's like, all right, I've spent the last like literal, maybe like 8 or 9 hours just traveling the world and killing shit and not really getting any story. So I haven't gone to wherever I'm intended to go. I don't know where that is to continue the story. So I don't even know what the story is right now.
Huh.
So it's pretty non-existent.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
They made it seem like it was going to be this big, like, lore-heavy world. Man, I was not expecting it. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was kind of hoping that they were going to, like, not make just the same, like, style of game again. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more. And it sounds like it is, but I don't know if it's what I was expecting, you know?
It is their
Or what I was hoping
game
for.
in that type of environment. That's what you have to think about it as. It's like it's their game trying to do open world, and which is ambitious, and it's a fresh take on their style of game. So I think it actually worked in their favor that they tried to do something so fresh.
And I think it blends a lot of like in Sekiro, their most recent game, the world really feels kind of like an open world, even though it isn't in that game. And I feel like they brought some of those elements. They brought like the fast fighting from like Bloodborne, but you still can use shields and do the slow stuff like in Demon or Dark Souls. And I feel like you got this nice blend. Like I feel like the Dark Souls games I don't like too much because they feel too slow for me. Like when you roll your character, it's like watching a fucking train wreck. And then he gets back up, and I'm like, I didn't dodge an attack. I killed myself there. Like, what is this? Like so. It feels nice that I'm able to play this game, and it feels like the game's not holding me back. And I'm sure the people who like those, like the more slow style games, they'll be able to play this too. And in fact, there's been a couple enemies and boss fights that I couldn't beat with my playstyle. I had to whip out the shield and slow down. So it's like it did force me to use more mechanics, which again, I think is good. Like the more things you throw in there, the more things you force people to use. And, I don't know. It just makes for a more interesting thing. It's just more tools in the shed that you got to use, and it feels good when I whipped out the shield and I was like, wait, let me try this, and that was working. I was like, cool, like all right, I figured this out, like
There's still no like pure like ranged builds, right? Like I feel like having just a straight up ranged build would kill are there ranged builds in this?
There's still range build, yeah.
There's you can make like a rogue kind of character where they use like throwing knives and they got like crossbows and crossbows shoot arrows. They got something else with like I guess crossbows shoot bolts. They have bows. They have like wands for magic. And in this game, I actually haven't done it yet, but I've unlocked like a bunch of like summons. You could like summon creatures to like help you fight and shit like that. So you could kind of be like some kind of like beast master or something and summon these spirits and shit. So like there's a lot of options for like what play style you want to pursue. So I don't know. I'm really fucking digging the game. I couldn't recommend it enough. Although I do understand that if historically you don't like a Souls game because the difficulty of the game, you're probably still not really gonna like this because some of it is still hard. But
For me, the game that brought me into Souls games, Neo. If you want to play a Souls game that's just a little bit easier and a little bit more straightforward, I think Neo is a great place.
I've heard Neo is hard as hell, dude.
It is and it isn't. It's more
Neo's
straightforward.
definitely hard, but it's easier than Souls games in my opinion. It's more forgiving.
It's like a Souls light, it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Is this the best Souls game that they've made so far? Is this one actually a Souls game? Would you call it a Souls game?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then yes, for sure, no question. This is their best game. And
Damn.
I'm a Bloodborne bitch. Like that was one of my all time favorite games. This is better than Bloodborne. It's
I'm a Neo 2 bitch.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Pujo doesn't want to fuck with me on that game anymore.
I loved how bloody and slimy and wet everything looked in Bloodborne. Everything you fought, like it just looked. They just looked like they were covered in like viscous like fluids.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss. This game's not that wet.
It's disgusting.
The best thing about Bloodborne is when you land the visceral attacks. Like if you could shoot them in the middle of them trying to attack you, they get stunned, and then the guy anally fists whatever enemy he's fighting. He shoves his fist in there and he rips his arm out, and it's
And he
like
opens his hand on the way out.
and it's a fucking river of blood, and your character model gets drenched, and he's all like slick with, like Mateo said, all this like disgusting fluid. Most of the time it's just blood, but sometimes it's green.
I
Sometimes
like
it's blue.
myself some Resident Evil 5 death animation, blah 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 blah, and it's a bunch of bubbles, blah 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 blah, it's wet. And then in Taco Master,
All those
just mad
splats.
wet sounds, mad.
Just the beans sound like that, the guac sound like that,
Yeah.
the ground beef, everything like that. You just it's terrible.
What the fuck?
And then in Resident Evil 5, it's like a bubbling, everything bubbles, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I forgot. Every time you kill an enemy, they just like fucking bubble away. It's disgusting.
So you guys definitely recommend Elden Ring then, for sure.
Oh yeah, the Elden cock ring has been put on me.
Yeah, like right now, what I want to do when we're done recording here is go to sleep. But what I'm gonna do is hop on SharePlay and watch Doey play Elden Ring because I just can't get enough of it. Like, so I'm just telling you for a fact how this is playing out. So
Cheers to that.
I like it. Fucks with it. Yo, Pooch, why don't you give the people what they need and what they want? Tell us how they can like us and follow us.
all right, if you watch this far, you gotta like our shit. All right, get down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go watch our shorts. We're pumping out a lot of content on here. All right, as much as we literally can right now. And then of course, go check us out other places. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We got a little Facebook group going on. Right? We're on the TikTok, and then we got the audio podcast game on lock too. We're on the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the Amazon Podcast, and a lot of the other little shit that I couldn't even begin to name. We're like on 30 different services. Check us out.
Sheesh.
Follow us. Listen to the shit. Like it. Do whatever the fuck. Subscribe. Whatever it is on all them services. Do that shit. It's gonna help us out. Motivates us. And probably most importantly, comment on our videos and stuff. It's actually fun to interact with everybody.
Actually, most importantly, share our videos.
Yeah.
Bring some friends. Introduce us to your group.
Quick shout out, Stephen Belmont. Wow.
Yo, super fan.
Ooh,
Yo, the homie's
super.
on here. I love him. I love you.
Fucks with that guy a lot. He's really cool. He's bringing the insight. Shout out to Nay. Shout out to everybody commenting. The horror connoisseur. My man Ted Lee still liking all of our stuff.
Yeah, these are the super fans.
Yeah.
They're on this bitch.
Our girl Ron
I appreciate you.
Crystal.
Crystal always.
Well, I fucks with it. To all the super fans out there, we appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. Mateo, hit me with the next topic. What we doing?
Oh man, I got something for y'all. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but there's a new Batman coming out soon. The Batman. And it's gonna star a vampire.
Vampire.
Which, yeah, it's the dude from Twilight. What's his name? Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yo.
Who is actually a phenomenal actor. I don't know if you guys seen The Lighthouse.
I haven't.
That movie
haven't.
is so damn good. But in the spirit of this man taking over the mantle of Batman, which is a heavy, heavy mantle to hold. It's one of my favorites, like superheroes of all time. He's just, especially in the film, in the various films. Thought it'd be fun to try to figure out who our favorite Batmen are, like who has done the role the most justice. You see, because Batman does justice. See, you get it?
Does it?
The man is justice.
I mean, we can figure out the worst one too. I think it's pretty obvious
say
which
the
one it's going
worst
to
could
be.
be fun too.
I don't know. It might be weird for you guys. I can tell you who I think is the best Batman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Start off with you.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's a good
The
choice.
Dark Knight Batman, I think it's mostly because the Joker is so fucking good. That's the best Joker. And I think I like his Batman. I mean, his voice might throw some people off, but I like him as Batman. One of my favorites.
favorite.
That Joker interrogation scene where he's just like
Yeah, that's why I said the voice might throw people off.
My favorite is when the Joker is dressed up as the nurse and he has the mask on, and then the Two-Face is looking at him, obviously looking at the Joker, doesn't realize it until he pulls his mask down. And he's like, he makes,
It's crazy too, because like Joker's so ballsy, right? Like he didn't give a fuck. He gave this man a gun and said, "Here, you can kill me now and end it." You know what I mean? It's like the man Joker. That was the best fucking Joker. But yeah, Batman wise, I think that's the best Batman for me. I don't know how anybody else thinks, but
What do you say
like-
is your worst Batman?
the worst, Clooney.
damn.
Oh,
I mean,
Rip.
Christian Bale's a good choice. The combat in that particular Dark Knight trilogy, it blew everything out of the water from the previous ones. I've got a lot of love for some of the old Batman movies, and the combat in the newer one was just so much better. It was more brutal. It felt more real, less campy.
for sure.
Yeah, way less campy.
Wait, so why Clooney is the worst Batman?
some
bro?
people
I just-
say that you need campiness.
I don't think any people would say that in a Batman movie.
Yeah. A majority of movies need a slight bit of campiness.
I mean, Batman is. I'm not gonna go so far as to say like they invented camp, but like the old school Batman is as campy as anything comes.
It's probably why I don't like it.
The Adam
old-
West shit,
Dude,
it
even
was
the old,
awesome.
like the Golden Age comics and whatnot, Batman had some goofy fucking supervillains that he would fight. There was one where he had to change his suit color every day. Do you remember seeing that comic cover? I never actually read the comic, but he had like a bunch of like different rainbow colored suits because he had to change his color every day for some reason because of some supervillain or something.
Not gonna lie, if I had to, just real quick, if I had to choose villains for everybody, Doughboy would be Mr. Penguin, Pucho would be Freeze, and Mateo would be fucking some weird way Bane, because I could feel like he could take the steroids juice and just gets all fucking like tough and shit and just wants to fight. But that's real quick what I just right now I just picture that shit in my head. I could see Mr. Penguin as Doe and
Yeah.
you know Pucho as Freeze because you know he's kind of like a little bit somewhat smart and try to but he loves his wife who he lost and shit like that.
I
So-
loved Arnold Schwarzenegger as
Ew.
Mr. Freeze. Why don't you freeze?
Why don't we all chill?
Why don't you chill?
those one
Chill
liners.
out.
That's terrible.
his one-liners are
Amazing.
fucking horrible.
You had the Ivy Queen. She was hot. She's
Yeah.
sexy as
different movie.
Who was
That's
who was
Uma
that?
Thurman.
Uma Thurman, right? Yeah,
Yeah, from Kill Bill.
and other things, Pulp Fiction.
I also
Fiction.
think was it Barry who did she was Catwoman, right? And I think she did a good Catwoman.
Yeah, no Batman movie, but she was
No,
just
yeah, no Batman.
Catwoman.
Catwoman, pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Catwoman
People were
in
mad.
George
A black
Clooney?
Catwoman. They were like, Jesus, this is what madness is this? You know, people were pissed.
George
I heard that
Clooney
movie-
though was the worst Batman.
No, nobody can talk bad about those steel nipples that he had on the whole movie. It was hot.
Why
I
did
was
they-
like, oh, this man is ready to fuck in every
What
scene.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that what you want out of your Batman? You want to know
I
Batman's
want
ready
it
to go?
turn
He wants a porn
into
Batman.
a porn. Absolutely. The Ivy Queen, Catwoman, get over here.
I mean, it's important to his character. I mean, do y'all not remember Batman the animated series? Like every scene, he was hugged up on a different chick. Like he had a lot of women on that cartoon.
That animated series one was probably a fire ass Batman. I ain't gonna lie.
Very,
Kevin
very
Conroy.
The
good.
young teen. He's super skinny but fucking elusive as fuck and yeah.
Oh, ew, you're talking about? Oh my god!
Which
why
one
do you
you
like
talking
the
about?
worst things?
I think that was
He's
the best
talking-
cartoon Batman.
Wait, which one is he talking about?
The young kid one. The
Oh, you're not
fucking-
talking about the one from the 90s, the cartoon, right?
No, he's talking about like in 2000
Yeah,
they
yeah,
came
it was
out with
yeah.
they reboot or like it was like a reboot of the Batman animated series. It was terrible. It was like a
It wasn't
skinny
that bad.
Batman.
Yeah, it was
he
a
was
skinny
all
Batman.
thin and
He
shit.
had all black with the red bat. Shit was fire. I fucked with it.
I forgot what that show
Are
was
you
called.
talking about
but
Batman Beyond?
Yes, Batman
the Batman
Beyond.
Beyond.
That
Yes.
was the game I bought that I regretted the most. N64. Remember, we told that story like 2 episodes ago.
Dude, the kids these days don't understand the challenge we had. We wanted a good Batman game so bad. And the first good Batman game we got was like Arkham. Like that was the first really actually good Batman game. There were some decent ones on Sega and like Super Nintendo, but they were hard as hell.
What was the
They
last
were
one that came out?
horrible.
What was the last Batman game that came out that was really good, but it was dark as fuck? Like I think they captured Arkham really good in that last one.
It was the
There's
second to
what-
last one. The last one was kind of weak in that trilogy.
The Arkham Knight, is it?
Yeah, I think it was Arkham
Is-
Knight. I
is
think
that-
Arkham Knight was a little weak.
Is that the one that you could play like different characters to the chick and okay?
I think they had
the
that in the
one-
second one also, but I'm not
The
positive.
one where you could drive the car, I heard is terrible.
It's all right. It's the weakest of the series though, for sure.
I thought you could drive the car in both of the Arkham, like Arkham City and Arkham Knight, but maybe I'm tripping.
You might be able to. It's been a while since I played this.
I haven't played any of them. Actually, I got Arkham Knight on PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Played like an hour. Hated every second of it. I'm like, how does anybody like these games? I just uninstalled
It's just
it.
how Doughboy likes George Clooney as Batman. That shit's terrible.
How about you, Mateo? What?
Okay,
Oh, wait, you
so
want to go last? Do you got some crazy takes or?
I might have a crazy take. We can go with someone else.
All right, I'll go. Least favorite Batman, Val fucking Kilmer. It's the fucking worst. This is the Batman movie with the Riddler and Two-Face.
When was this between? Was this between George Clooney and
It was after George
Michael
Clooney.
Keaton?
Before Clooney, after Keaton. This is the first.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm tripping.
yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
I remember
Batman and Robin, right? Or was it
This was Batman Forever.
Batman Forever?
Right. This came out after Batman Returns, Batman Forever, then Batman and Robin. These are the bad years, man. Well, no, sorry. Batman Returns was fire with the Penguin. I love that shit.
Oh, Danny DeVito as a Penguin was such good casting, dude.
Yeah.
He was so
So-
creepy. Talking about looking viscous and wet all the time.
Yeah. And that's dude. He made me nauseous as a kid. The black ink dripping out of his mouth.
Dude, that dirty ass onesie he would wear. That shit was
that
disgusting.
dirty ass onesie. It looked like he shit his pants repeatedly, but he just kept putting on the same
He
pair
had
of
a
long
bottle.
johns. Like he didn't give a fuck.
It looks like me after a few days of just not taking a shower. It's what I would look like.
Dude, the Penguin definitely had a smell. There's no way the Penguin
He had
doesn't have a
bajo.
smell to
He had a
him.
fish bajo. He had a fish bajo.
Fish, or you think the 8 onions that Pucho cut up the other day?
Well, those onions look good though.
They were
Damn,
good.
niggas trying
Oh,
to shit on your onions with the penguin song. You've been attacking Pucho the whole night.
as I alluded to, my favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. Personally, I love Batman and Batman Returns. Those movies are fucking awesome.
He did not have the physicality of like that you would expect from Batman, but he had the fucking crazy, dude. That scene, that you want to get
Exactly.
nuts scene, one of my favorite Batman moments of all time.
Yeah, he like, and then his like relationship with the Catwoman with Michelle Pfeiffer, my favorite Catwoman that I've seen on the TV. It was just like, it was the right amount of like psycho. It was like they were like beating each other up, and she's like cutting into his chest, but then they have like this romance, and it's like, all right, I could get down with this crazy, okay? I don't know. I just really fucking enjoyed it.
Batman's into some weird shit for sure, dude. Anyone that like willingly dresses up every night to go and fight crime and get beaten up a little bit, they got some weird shit they're into.
Very off topic. What made me fall in love with Michael Keaton is Spider-Man: Homecoming and the other guys. Michael
yeah.
Keaton
He was
as
funny
the
in that.
chief. Oh my god! All the TLC references. It's just the timing comedically on that movie is fucking incredible.
Oh, you're missing out on some classic Keaton then, dude. You got to go watch like Multiplicity.
Yeah.
You got to educate
Birdman.
yourself a little bit.
Go watch
Birdman was
Birdman.
fantastic.
Keaton's a man.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Keaton's a solid choice.
And
And those
I'll
movies
throw
are
in-
so good. He benefits from like having that dark Tim Burton Batman.
I've actually
was
never
created.
watched. I've never watched those as like a grown adult. I watched them as like a child, but like loosely.
It's a dark, gritty Gotham. Gotham is a fucked up place to live. Like
Wh-
it is.
Who's Jack Nicholson?
Ugh.
He's the
those-
Joker.
In the first Batman movie. In Michael Keaton's first movie, yeah.
Some would say he's the best Joker.
Some would say
Some
that he's
would
the best
say.
Joker.
He's the best Joker.
Some would say.
Although some would also say the best Joker is the Joker from the '90s Batman animated series, voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah. I think
Ooh,
yeah, I think
really
that's
good.
universally accepted. Like for the people who watch the animated series and watch the movies and everything, it almost seems universal that everybody's like, yeah, Heath Ledger's definitely the best Joker in Hollywood, but Mark Hamill's
sure.
the best fucking Joker. But I don't know.
Shout out
Honestly,
to-
I really enjoyed the movie Joker. I thought it was great.
That
I haven't
movie
seen
was
it yet.
So
I
weird.
thought it was really fucking good. And I loved Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. I thought he did a fucking amazing job.
Does
to
it
the
fit-
point where that and it's not related. This isn't Heath Ledger or it's not that universe. This is not right. But
It's
it
so-
feels like it can be. Like it feels like these are the events that lead Joker into becoming the
Joker.
fucking maniac that he becomes. The movie is so fucking good. I can't recommend it enough.
It's so weird how DC goes about just like Marvel has their universe and everything's connected and everything's thought out, and it's so cool because everything's connected like that. I enjoy shit like that. Some people don't like that, but I enjoy that everything's connected and there's clues you can find and all that shit. And DC just doesn't give a fuck. They just do their own weird thing. They made a Suicide Squad movie and then they made another Suicide Squad movie with the same title.
Yeah, weird.
I watched
And
the
some
Watch,
of the characters are the same. Right?
The
Some of the
Watchmen?
actors, right?
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah, that shit is nuts to me.
Watchmen movie. I liked it a lot. I watched it recently. I liked it a lot.
It's got some flaws, but I enjoyed the movie for sure.
So, Mateo, hit us with one of your likes and worst and best Batman.
Let's see. Worst is definitely Val Kilmer. Although I really can't get into the old campy stuff, so Adam West is real close on this, and I'm sure some people are gonna hate that answer, but that campy Adam West Batman, I can't get into. Those, they're kind of funny to watch if you're drinking or something. Those old Batman shows, but it's not my favorite.
There's no
Can't-
way you could take that shit seriously.
No, like the second he whips out like shark repellent and sprays a shark in the face, or
That's the
he's running with
best,
that
though.
bomb over his head, like get out of here.
Bro, why the fuck is Batman hanging on a fucking a rope ladder from a helicopter.
with a shark.
And a fucking shark is bitten onto his leg. And he's punching the shit out of the shark. He's fucking hitting him with haymakers, uppercuts, and hooks, and all types of shit. He can't get the shark off. And Robin has to go fetch the shark repellent. They got a spray there and sprays the guy off. But it's just like the predicament where this guy's on a helicopter hanging on a rope ladder with a shark bitten on his leg.
Like, how do you get to this point?
Thank God for that utility belt, dude. He's got everything he needs on that little utility belt.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, favorite Batman? I'm going to go Ben Affleck, man. I thought he bulked up for the role. He was brutal as shit in those movies. The combat in those movies was ridiculous. He's a Batman that has been through it. He's already gone through all the bad storylines from the comic books. Robin's been killed in front of him. Like he's lost people. He's been all the way through. And this Batman doesn't give a fuck anymore. This Batman kills. Doesn't matter. You got to take him out as quickly as possible. I enjoyed the brutality that he brought to the role. I thought he had a nice way of portraying that.
And I'll second that by saying, while he's not my favorite Batman, he matches the image of Batman in my mind the most. Like the way that Batman is supposed to look is Ben Affleck's Batman, in my opinion.
I would agree with that too.
I'll give him props to that. Michael Keaton doesn't look like Batman to me.
My runner-up is Batman from the animated series, both from the 90s animated series and from Batman Beyond, because I think y'all forgot that they have Old Man Batman in Batman Beyond.
They do. Yeah, they do.
And it's
he's
the
like
one
the Alfred,
from
right?
Mhm.
He's like his fucking assistant or some shit. Like,
yeah, there's a couple of episodes though where he goes and he messes some people up. Like he redons a Batman bio suit or a mechanical suit or something,
that.
I think.
That was really fucking cool.
I think Ben Affleck does a really good job in like Justice League or Justice League thing, like that whole movie. That's where I was like, damn, that's how I could see like this is a good Batman. I don't think Christian Bale would do that good in that type of fucking movie, but Ben Affleck, like Pucho says, does have that body. He does have the physical characteristics of Batman. I wish he had Bale's voice, but that'd be a great Batman.
I hated Bale's voice. Bale's
like
voice is the
Bale's voice.
worst.
I feel like that cigarette raspy voice. Shit can never be the same.
Joker, where's Rachel?
Man,
Where is Joker? Like
man, the Nolan Batman movies had some great voice though. That Heath Ledger Joker voice, I can't do that fucking Heath Ledger Joker voice, but it was so good.
it was, bro. I love that Joker voice. That shit is.
The Scarecrow, dude, that was a fantastic portrayal of the Scarecrow. That actor was Cillian Murphy, so good.
Very fucking good.
Now the
Oh, you merely adapted to the darkness. I was born in it.
Yeah, that shit was fire. Those are fire ass lines, bro. I love that scene.
Get ready for this. Are y'all done doing y'all best and worst?
the Catwoman and Christian Bale nailed the characters so fucking well. Ra's al Ghul, like I said, Catwoman, Bane, and they gave you even like the good feel of him having like the cast of villains that Batman's known for. Like in the third movie when again, I fucking hate this movie, but when all the villains break out and they're like the city's overrun and shit like that, it just felt cool to see, oh look, Scarecrow came back.
He's
and
holding
Bane's
a kangaroo
here,
court because
and
of
the
course that's what
Catwoman.
Scarecrow would be doing, right?
It was, I don't know, it was really cool. Oh, and fucking Harvey Dent, dude, Two-Face was fucking awesome too. Like, I don't know, they just did so good with the characters. So, I don't know. It's just such a shame I hated the third movie so much.
All right,
Did Doey do his?
No, go ahead.
I don't know. He was gonna do
Didn't let
something.
me. Didn't let me. I think personally, Christian Bale movies, the one thing that holds all those movies up is his supporting casts and his voice. Other than that, I don't think those movies are as great as everybody makes them out to seem. I think he is not a great as an actor that everybody For me, Christian Bale's very sterile in
I
his
don't know, man.
acting.
Have you seen The Machinist?
I think that's one of his best movies.
It's a brutal movie.
Personally, but I think he ruined the Terminator movies, and I think he also ruined the Batman movies. I think
You're out of your mind. He did not ruin Terminator movies.
I think that the supporting actors in the Batman Christian Bale series were so better than him that those movies are so superior, not really with the help of Christian Bale. It's just like he has like the strongest supporting cast in the movie. Like the villain in the second movie, Heath Ledger, makes that movie better. He makes the movie.
Michael Caine as Alfred, I'm not going to lie, that was a fantastic choice. Although, what's his name? Was it Jeremy Irons in the Justice League ones? The ones with Ben Affleck that played Alfred?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was the guy. It was the guy from Die Hard, right?
I can't.
I think it might have been. I'm not positive, but
Like,
yeah.
who in Die Hard? Which Die Hard?
He was one of the bad guys. He was the bad guy in the third one, the one with Sam Jackson.
I love that movie.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure that's the one that played Alfred. I could be completely wrong. Someone's gonna come after me in the comments if I got it wrong.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't totally disagree with you, though. First off, Christian Bale's an amazing actor, so I wouldn't frame it like if the other actors are better than him. I feel like his character in those movies isn't as good as all the other characters. Like Harvey Dent's a better character, Heath Ledger's a better character, Bane, Catwoman, fucking.
But I think that's what makes the movie
Who played
series.
Ra's al Ghul?
It was
The dude from Taken. His name is Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Another, like, it's just that he does have a crazy supporting character. And then, of course, he's got Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. Like, the characters in his movies are just
stacked.
Yeah.
And then what? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Rachel is what?
Anne Hathaway. Oh,
something Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah, Maggie.
Maggie
And then it was
Gyllenhaal.
changed over to the other actress. I forget the one. Or it was changed from.
Maybe it was a different actor, and then it changed to Maggie because Rachel
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah,
She gets
yeah.
blown up.
I think it was a different one in the first one, if I'm remembering correctly.
It's all right, though. That's your least. What's your best one? Which one do you like?
So Christian Bale was your least?
Least.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's nuts.
He better not say.
George fucking Clooney, baby. You goddamn right. The fucking nipples, the fucking just the campiness of the movies. It brought back that old Adam West, like, oh, this is still kind of a funny. We're still trying to have fun here. Fucking Mr. Freeze, why don't you just chill out? Shit like that. No, Poison Ivy, fucking hot. Fucking hot. She was fucking rocked my socks as a fucking little preteen. Pre-cum.
Jesus Christ.
So you
I forgot Batgirl was even in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia
Hot.
Silverstone. Or
Fuck
Alicia.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, that's so weird. It's so strange. I find out new things about Doughboy every fucking day. Like, now I know him as the kid who nutted in socks. That shit is crazy to me now.
I never understood the whole nutting in socks thing.
Neither
Just
did
what
I.
the
I never
hell, dude?
understood that
Here's a tissue.
either.
Like, why did you use socks?
I never used the sock before.
You just said you use socks.
I've never used the sock.
Rock my sock. That's
Oh,
what you
okay,
just
okay, yeah. I use that term, but I've never actually used a sock. Although I've heard of instances where socks were used so much that the foot was molded, and you could sit the sock down like that, and it'd be like a leg was in it.
That's disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah, George Clooney with the hard nipples. I don't know why you would like him as a Batman. That shit is beast.
I did like George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. I did not like him as Batman. But I thought his Bruce Wayne was pretty good.
That's a flip. I like that flip. Him, Bruce Wayne, might be a good Bruce Wayne. Yeah. But Batman, trash.
Those movies are absolute garbage, but I still like them. I still hold them very close to my heart.
It's just the era that it was in. You know what I mean? Like it's just all it is. Like you can't. It's hard to base those movies off of what it looks like because look at the time that it was made. You know what I mean? So it's just, But given what you said, I think George Clooney is the worst one. But that's
I'm excited to see this new Batman movie though. I think it might be pretty good. Honestly,
I do.
It looks cool. It looks like they're making some cool choices with it.
Yes.
And while I can't picture him as Bruce Wayne, the footage I've seen of him as Batman is incredible.
Yeah.
The scene where the trailer where he's just bashing the guy's face in repeat. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know I needed this. I needed this. Like,
And think about it. The guy, all he had was some oxycodone. He was just trying to sell it to people.
He just couldn't. Dude, he had it legit too. He just couldn't find his prescription. He had put it in a different container. Batman doesn't play.
He just rolled up and bashed his head in. It's like, what the fuck did I do? This is all prescribed to me.
That's crazy. Because the last time Batman beat his ass so bad, so now he needs Oxy. Batman's like, now you got Oxy. Just start fucking him up again. This is terrible.
Straight to Arkham with you.
That's how supervillains are born. Like he beat me the first time I took medication, then he beat me again. Fuck this motherfucker.
Man,
become Joker.
The problem is Batman beats him so bad that they're the shittiest supervillains around. They're like Broke Leg Man and Slip Disc Dude.
L7 Slip Disc Man.
That's so beast. Now that it looks good though. I'm kind of excited for it. I do think that that I hope it just stays dark and it's violent, a little bit more violent. You know what I mean? Like none of this like fucking bullshit baby shit. Like just
it's gonna be PG-13. I think that they said that was intentional though, to try to get more mass appeals. I don't think PG-13 holds movies back as much as it used to.
No. But I also think there needs to be some campiness. Campiness holds this whole shit together, bro.
Can you go in more in depth with this campiness? Because maybe some listeners or the viewers
Terminator
won't understand.
1, Terminator 2, Terminator 3 all had a level of camp. In each one of those movies, there was a level of camp. Terminator 4, zero camp. The worst movie I have ever watched in my entire life.
I'm saying, what is camp, though?
A zombie walking without a soul.
I'm trying to say is camp. Camp. Like, what does camp mean?
Tony doesn't know what camp is. He wants you to describe
it. What is camp?
I know what camp. I'm saying for our listeners, some people might not know what the fuck camp is. Because they're probably thinking, like, what? They're going to camp? Like, it's just drawn the fuck out camp? Or is it camp?
Think about the times in movies where they insert, like, comedy elements and, like, little laughable moments and, like, little humanizing moments where people get to be a little humanized, or you get a little bit of what that person is in a little funny way.
It's really just, like, intentionally cringy.
I would, like intentional goofiness, like the Adam West Batman, the shark scene where he sprays the shark in the face. It's a fucking stupid scene. It's ridiculous. You know that the writers wrote that and they were like, "This is the dumbest thing we've ever written, but it's gonna be funny as hell."
That's one of those hits the blunt and says, "I'm gonna add this shark repellent right here." Like that's what does it.
Like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where they're all pointing their cell phones and they go, "Bro, we got you on video. We'll cancel you." That's not camp. That's just pure cringe because it's unintentional.
And you know what? Also, too, right? Like where they're at in Texas, I know for a fact they had a charge on that Tesla. How the fuck is that Tesla even still working? Right? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're in a town that has no charge capability, and you've driven at least 200-something miles.
Are we back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because you know what? That chick, the car crashed, and she was there trying to reach for the radio, and I was just like, you got a fucking cell phone in your goddamn pocket. Why are you trying to use the police scanner and just call someone?
Yeah, fucking stupid.
Why did that one girl go off with the old lady in the fucking Texas Chainsaw? What did she go with them for?
Also, too, like the dumbass try to open the door. All you gotta do is pop the fucking lock. Why are you climbing to the other side? I hate when they do that shit. That's just so stupid.
3 out of 10.
Anyways, back to the Batman. Yeah. When is that? When does it drop again? When is that new Batman?
Coming out next week, dude. Our video will be out by the time that movie's out.
Hot and
Hot and ready.
Ooh, it's wet.
All right, Tony, save us from this.
Well, I do have a nice little topic here for y'all boys, man. To know or not to know, that is the question. And when I say that, I mean by, do you want to know if your spouse is cheating on you or not, or if your friends are lying to you or not? Would you want to know the truth, or would you just rather just say, nah, I don't want to know, just don't let me ever catch it? What do you guys think? Let's start with Doe. He's ready to interrupt.
I personally, I can't live in a world where I don't know. I need to know everything, even if it's going to ruin anything for me. I need to, in my opinion, maybe ignorance is bliss. Maybe we're living in America, and United States is doing a bunch of terrible shit outside of the United States, and we have no idea that we're like taking part in this like terrible shit, but we're coexisting, right? And I feel personally like in order to make the trajectory, I feel like everybody, we're all moving, we're all headed in certain directions, right? And if you don't have this vital information about your trajectory, you're not going to be able to change course. You're not going to be able to head in the direction that you want to head into, whether it be relationships, whether it be job opportunities. Sometimes people get fired out of nowhere, and that's like, life changing for them. But I feel like what if you would have known if you were going to get fired, then you would be able to prepare for your change of trajectory. So I feel like knowing makes all the difference in this situation.
I think the spirit of the question isn't so much like, would you want to know what's gonna happen to you? It's more like
Something has happened,
something has already happened,
and you're being lied to about it. Do
and
you
you're
want
being
to
lied
know?
to. Do you want to know the truth? It's like you could live the rest of your life a perfect life if you never learn about this, right? Would you like to live that perfect life never knowing about this, or would you rather know? And then, of course, then you got to deal with all the repercussions of that. Now you dislike this person or whatever the fuck.
Man, I would love to live in bliss, and I'd love to be lied to and believe it, but like not being able to detect it in the future, not being able, like somebody else trying to get off on me. I don't feel like I would want to be that person that like people are getting over like by just lying to and shit like that. I feel really shitty, even if I'm living in bliss.
Well, they do say that ignorance is bliss, right? But they also say that the truth will set you free.
Yeah.
But that truth will set you free is only for the person who's doing the lying, not the person that's being lied to.
I think it could be for both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be for both.
Because the person's happy, right? So if the person's happy and being lied to doesn't have no idea, then they're happy. They're not, there's nothing wrong. But the person lying is the one that, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well, think of it like the Matrix, right? Like the truth will set you free, but that truth is fucking awful. And the freedom that you're getting is this world that's destroyed, that they don't even have steaks anymore. They're eating this gruel that they're making in the Nebuchadnezzar. Like truth, the freedom isn't always prettier than the lies.
I would not want to live outside of the Matrix. Fuck that.
So
Give
you
me
would
the-
want to be lied to.
Yeah,
He does
you-
wanna
You
be
see,
lied
but
to.
here's the thing. Like, yeah, I would say, here's the thing. Like, I'm saying one thing, but in another situation, would I want to live in the Matrix? Fuck no.
No, you said you would want to live in the Matrix.
I know, but
So
in that
confusing.
situation, I don't want to live in the Matrix, and I want to be lied to.
You
Feed
can't have
me
both. But I'm so
that
what?
steak. Feed me steak and shrimps and
Oh, you want to have your
ribs,
cake and eat it. You want all the luxuries of the Matrix,
sausages,
but you don't want to live in the
eggs,
Matrix.
Mad eggs.
I think he
mad
meant he wouldn't want to live
pancakes.
outside of the Matrix.
Or outside of the Matrix. I don't know what he wants at this point. This is
Do you want
there-
to be in the simulation, David?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So you're going for the ignorance is bliss. You're contradicting your previous statement.
I know.
Okay. Just making sure. I agree.
All right.
I think it is situational though, right? Like with my partner, if my partner was cheating on me and my partner lied about something, it depends on what level of the lie, right? Like cheating, I think that there's never a time when I wouldn't want to find out. Like I think that it gives you a view of the person that you need to actually have real perspective on the relationship. Whether you choose to
Absolutely.
pursue it afterwards. I've said before, cheating is a cowardly thing, but I think that cheating usually there's other shit that goes into it. Cheating is never just about sex or anything like that. There's lots of factors that go into it, right? But there's some other like little lies and things that happen every day in relationships with your friends, with your partner, with whatever, that like maybe not knowing isn't gonna hurt you that much. And it's gonna make you happier in the long run to not know, like, oh, she lied about this. When I asked her if my breath smelled, and she fucking lied and said, "Nah, it's fine." Like,
Yeah. A
Like,
small
it's
white lie
it's-
here and there. Yeah, like I could understand that.
It's that thing that Pucho said previously about like, your partner, you expect a certain answer when you're like, oh, how do I look in this shirt? Like, you look good, babe. But they give you that truth. It's going to be like, you're looking a little fat in that shirt or something. If they give you that truth, they would cut you. It'd cut you deep.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I feel like I would have to pick to live in a lie. Like in certain circumstances, I'd say for sure, like I would want to know. But it's like I could draw so many hypotheticals where I clearly don't want to know. Like it only, like there's things you could learn that only make your life worse by learning it. Like, so it's like, why would you want to learn it? It's that why is so hard for me to understand, because I still would want it, but I do know that it would literally only make things worse. Like, I don't know. I'm torn on the whole thing. I could see both sides. I could understand the people that are like, yo, if you want to cheat. Just don't let me find out about it. Like, I could understand that, like that view, but I couldn't deal with that shit.
I have both cheated and been cheated on. And I gotta admit, like, knowing
You
that
said it. Cheating is better than getting cheated on. You've already.
Well,
been
yeah,
through
it's a
this.
way easier thing
we got a clip.
for your gut. It's a way easier thing for your gut to swallow when you're the person that's cheating, right? Because it's just like you're dealing with the after effects.
Well, yeah,
When-
because you've already committed the act. Like the
Yeah.
act wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you. So you already
It
are
felt
aware of
good
the
in the
betrayal.
moment, and you're not necessarily. It's not the other person's. A lot of people think that what did I do to deserve to be cheated on, and that's absolutely nothing. It really isn't. It's the other person's, whether it be their vulnerability, their lack of respect, or it could be a blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? It may not be the relationship you need to be in that time. And I think everything happens for a reason. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds, a lot of people are like, oh, everything doesn't happen for a reason. But I think For the most part, it does. And
Disagree.
It's a hard disagree. I
tell
couldn't
me why
disagree
you
more.
disagree, please.
I think there's a lot of shit that happens for absolutely no reason at all. There's kids starving. I don't know, man. There's this war over now in Ukraine right now. There's a bunch of civilians dying over there. I don't think that's happening to serve any larger purpose. I think I don't know. Like, and I know that like the response to that is always, well, you know, God's got a big plan. You don't know how all the pieces fall together, but I feel like that answer is such a cop out.
Yeah,
Mateo,
I'm
just God
leaning
works in
less
mysterious
towards God in that situation. I think the universe just works in certain ways.
Yeah, and some of them are brutal and fucked up.
Yeah, I think I would rather know. As much as pain that comes with it, I'd rather know. Shit is shit's weird. You know what I mean? Like like if you're the cheater or if you're the victim, I guess not being cheating or whatever. Fuck, like it sucks both ways, right? But like I said, I like people would rather know, because then you can be living this life of happiness and not know, but then deep down inside, like it for a cheater, I guess it's hard. Like, how do you look at yourself, like in the mirror? Like, how do you go every day to day, knowing that you did something wrong and still going home to that person and loving them? Like, how did you do that, though? And I'm not even really trying to attack you. I'm just asking you because you said you did both ends of the stick. So how did you, like, when you did what you did and you get back home with this person, like, did you just treat it like it was a normal day, like a day at the office? Like, how do you live with it? You don't have guilt? Is there guilt behind this? Like, shit's weird.
Yeah, I have been very wrong in relationships. I have been the reason that relationships have broken up. So, yeah, I've been in the very wrong. I've been wanting to I whether it be maybe I'm not happy in that relationship anymore and I don't know how to vocalize that to my partner, and I need to work on that. And that's something that a lot of people need to look at. And if you're not happy in your relationship, don't wait until you get caught to start saying there's problems in our fucking relationship. You have to vocalize that before. And everything is nullified after you've cheated. It doesn't matter whether there was problems in the past or problems in the future. You're the problem now. So I think if you can take responsibility in your actions, which I do not think a lot of people can do once they have cheated, say that I was the issue. There is problems within me that this relationship needs to cease to exist. I think a lot of people look for cop outs. They start grasping. It was this. It was that. It was this. It was that. And it's not. I need to work on myself. I need to not be the type of person that looks for outward attention. And I need to be satisfied in my relationship. And once you get that type of structure and that type of verbiage in a relationship, I don't think you can ask for more from a person. A person has to come with you with that type of verbiage. I fucked up. I need to work on myself. I'm not right. You know what I mean? Like if a person is still pointing and like blaming, then maybe you are the problem, or maybe they're not mature enough to know that they were a part of the issue. Personally, after cheating on somebody and after being cheated on, I cheated on more times than I was cheated on. Once I got cheated on, I don't think I ever want to cheat on anyone else ever again in my entire life. And I'm saying that as a grown man. I don't want to hurt nobody like that. I don't want to do that. The next relationship that I'm in is going to be a very fulfilling. And if it can't be that, then I will seek something else to where it's going to be the relationship. Bro, I'll burn my phone. I'll erase emails. Whatever has to happen to make my future work, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because I have a past. Everyone has a past, and everybody needs to understand that everybody's gonna have a fucking past at this point. If you're not in fucking middle school and high school, fucking with the hottest tits and the hottest fucking ass. You're the hottest piece of ass.
How do we get here? I missed this transition here.
Right? The youngest of cocks.
You're talking about underage girls as the hottest pieces of ass. Why?
I'm sorry. Anyways, Pucho, yeah, sure. Go ahead, Pucho. Take it off. Take away.
I think we're hyper focused on cheating, but we're talking about just truth.
The lies, yeah.
Knowing truth. It feels really weird to me. Like, say you're with the person, right? And they're cheating on you, but you never learn about this. And you guys just live a beautiful, happy life. It's like, it's weird to be like, no, I would want to know. I have to know. And then you would find out, and then it would the relationship is not ruined. You know what I mean? And it feels so strange that like I don't know if it's an American thing or just culturally, we seek the truth so much, even at our own detriment. You know? And it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to think of like, we don't do this with almost anything else, but for the truth, we'll do it. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Truth is honestly like, it's like trust, right? Truth and trust is like two things that go hand in hand. You tell your truth to your boys because you know you have the trust with them, right? You like, I can tell you things because I have that trust with you that you would keep it confidential, or you know, you just have a certain bond with somebody when you start telling the truth. Even if you fuck up, right? Like, people fuck up. We're humans. You tell the truth of why or whatever's like wrong or something's bothering you, it's fixable, right? Anything in life is fixable other than death. Anything is fixable if both parties are willing to fix it and act like an adult in the situation, right? So So it's like, if you're not dead or someone died, it's fixable, right? Like, I know people who've gotten divorced or gotten separated, 6 months later get back together, right? They had to do some soul searching and all this other shit, right? But they came back together, right? Like, these are
I think some of our greatest relationships, if you look at a lot of our grandparents, I don't think any of our grandparents were perfect. And I think there was a lot of shit that our grandparents didn't tell us, a lot of infidelities and stuff like that. And listen, if they can make it work, more power to them. You know what I mean? Like, but I think personally, nowadays it's a little different. The power structure in a relationship and the trust dynamics. But I think for the most part, the most important thing is you don't let outside influence. If you love somebody, you know when they're telling the truth and that person loves you and they're telling you the truth. Hey, I fucked up. I don't want this to end though. And they're being truthful and you want to give them that chance. I am nobody to tell you not to give that person a second chance. I think second chances are perfectly viable. I think I don't think that there is anyone on this earth that is perfect. And I think everyone's going to fuck up now and then, whether it be commenting on something and making you upset. I don't think anybody's going to be perfect. So, like, forgiving people and having mercy, and especially if that person seems like they're trying to head in the right direction. I'm not the type of person to be like, hey, you can't forgive them. Forgive them. Make those amends, right? Set those boundaries. That's healthy. I don't know any friendship, even with you guys, where we haven't been mad at each other and whether we haven't been able to work shit out. And just because I get mad at you one time doesn't mean that that's the end of our relationship. Just because you say something that I don't like, just because you do something that I don't like, doesn't mean that that's going to be the end of our relationship. We'll work it out and we'll make shit happen. I don't think cutting off ties just because something bad happens. I think you have to focus on what was the issue. If the issue is fixable, then let's fix it. If it's not fixable, let's do what we need to do to get past it, whatever that means.
Well, anything's fixable. It just depends if the person's willing to fix it. That's the issue, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you've been cheated on and you accept you accept it and you're willing to work it out, the other person has to be willing to accept that they fucked up. And they also have to accept what they want. They have to figure out what they want. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go? What do you want?
Yeah.
You know, some people have a trouble of swallowing that pill and determining what they really want. And then, you know, your feelings will guide you, right? You know, your feelings will tell you what you really fucking want. Maybe you don't want to say it. But at this point, what is there left to do? You just say what you want, accept it, move on, stay together, whatever the fucking case may be, right? You literally have to make a decision. You made one, now we're paying for it. You have to make another one now to repair or to move. It's simple and plain. Like, it just takes time, you know? And then, of course, if you do forgive, like, you won't forget, but you have to let it go.
That's a whole nother issue.
That's a whole tough one. That's
another leg of that relationship between you and her. It's a repairing. It's a trust.
I was gonna bring that up because like forgiveness is hard enough, right? And the forgetting doesn't actually happen. No one actually forgets. I don't think that's actually a thing. It's just a matter of being able to not let it affect your future feelings towards a person. And that's a tough thing. And it's that ammo bagging thing that we talked about, where you carry around that hurt, you carry around that pain from 10 years ago so you can whip it out whenever you're pissed off at the other person. It's a tough thing to not do. We do it mostly joking in this group, I think, at this point, but there's still we still do some shit sometimes when
Pucho
moments of stress.
Professionally, okay?
I'm a professional ammo bagger. I accept it. I feel like if you don't call people on their bullshit, they will never learn. And some people just won't ever learn, period. In which case, you might as well just call them out on their bullshit. So I thought my daughter woke up. That shit got me nervous.
You always got a side zipper there. What is the point of that side zipper?
Give you extra room when you're eating at the dinner table.
Is that an ass zipper?
No, it's a side zip.
Boy,
I am
Damn, that
baffled
shit's
by
a
the
tight
side
one.
zip. I don't understand the point of it.
That's a Jim Jones tight one, boy. Oh, he's tight. That made him
It's
tight.
fashionable, okay?
It's no Dior though.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's no Dior double clutch. The tears of wealth that my man Jesus was wearing. I'm not gonna lie, it was stunting on the highest levels.
He had a Dior shirt on.
He had a Dior wealth clutch. It was a fanny pack of wealth. It had a wallet fanny pack, but it wasn't over after that. It was downwards. You had a bigger fanny pack of wealth from Dior. So it was a fanny pack double clutch tier of wealthness.
Power to him. Work hard, play hard.
No facts.
But is he lying to himself when he buys these purchases, though? Does it make him happy? Or is it just
I
more
hope
of a
it
wealthy?
does. He don't like me mentioning it outside of.
I wouldn't want to either. You're just like it's you're not hating, but it sounds like hate, like you're jealous, envy.
hate.
Nah, I think it's like when depending on where you live or how you came up, it's like other people outing what you have is almost it's gonna make you a target.
A target,
Yeah.
yes. Which I understand completely. Which is why after this, I will never mention the tier of wealth that he wears.
Save us, Tony.
Well, if you
Tier of wealth.
if you enjoyed this episode, hit that follow button, subscribe, like, share, ring that ding-a-ling-ding bell, as some would say. Hit it. You know what I mean? We're on all platforms, social media, IG, TikTok, Facebook, multiple platforms are audio only, Spotify, Apple, and a whole bunch of other ones I don't really remember to name. But we're on all of them.
it.
I am your host, Tony, a.k.a. Caballo. Here with my dog, Pucho, a.k.a. the master editor. Here with my dog, Doughboy, a.k.a. MOD, master of destruction. And here with my dog, Mateo, a.k.a. Mr. Thumbs, the green thumb, the thumbnail master. The one who puts the colors together but don't know the colors. Him. Great one. We are the One Up Podcast. And like always, people, go one up yourself. Peace.
Peace.